So I know because we're getting along in the show here, I know you offered to us generously right away, right in the beginning of the show. I've never had a guest do that. That was so fun. You offered maybe to do some work with us, a little like money clearing something. Maybe that would give us, because I was going to ask, well, how do you go about clearing energies and whatnot? Do you want to share something with us now, maybe a little for 10 minutes or so or something?
Yes, and I will. I know it's a podcast, so warning, there will be moments of silence. You said a couple of things. It's so funny, Daniel. I actually, on another interview, excuse me while I rub my eyes, an interviewer asked me, it was said to me after I said, a typical quote I find myself repeating over and over again is that the mind interprets things the opposite of how the soul or the universe means them. And he said, you should get it on a t-shirt. So you just said much the same thing. It's the opposite. The mind construes and makes, like, a woman in my mastermind just got fired from her job, and she just had her first one-on-one this week. She's like, what? Oh my God, did my frequency raise in the one-on-one? What happened? Because now I'm fired. And she's like, I guess I have more time to create what I actually want. And so that doesn't happen all the time, by the way. You don't work with me and suddenly get fired. But then you said the silver nugget where you don't have to give, you don't have to buy my $100,000 system. I'm not selling. I keep my programs really low price because on one level, I want as many people to access them as possible. But it's also, my message still is that people expect themselves to be able to intellectually get there and do it on their own. And even with what you just said, it's so perfect and beautiful, working with the energies as they come up. So I find, nonetheless, when I am about to do this clearing, I'm going into the subconscious and the unconscious, and there are parts of us, ourselves, that we don't consciously hear. Right. So even when we go in and ask, what are you? There's still blindness that's happening. So when there is that blindness, or when you say, I want A, and you see yourself doing things that don't choose A, but choose Z, know there's a block there in that discrepancy. And then get the help. You'll get through it quicker, rather than, like, years of like journal writing and affirmation saying. You can speed up this process and evolve so much quicker if you don't always go at it alone. But one of the things that along like what you're saying, ask the energy, what are you really trying to tell me? Because it's going to show up, the events possibly or likely opposite of what's really being felt and perceived and meant. Further mindfulness is you can work with your thoughts and ask it. Well, first acknowledge it, a fear-driven thought. Want to acknowledge it and then say, okay, so let's say your belief is, Daniel, let's ask, what's a typical belief that you find around money that your clients are working with, or that you have that I can help you with? I always end up clearing the hosts when I work with them on interviews.
Yeah. A typical one for money would be, a common one for me and other people that could be lurking, no matter what we want to believe and say we believe. It could be like, I got to work hard.
That's where I was going to go to.
Really hard, then I'm going to make that money,
Yep, that's where I was going to go to. Perfect match. Okay. So let's say that thought comes up. Let's say that your new friend is driving by and when we're not in lockdown and wants to go buy a lottery ticket, and you're like, that stuff doesn't work. And your friend has a completely opposite view and in fact wins that night.
Right.
So what you could do with that doesn't really work is, wait a minute. Okay, I hear you. First, acknowledge. Second, question it. But is that even true? Third, redirect it to create the new neurological pathways. How does it get any better than this? Fourth, ask the question, what else is possible? Which then invites your own emanating chakras in your own field out to the greater field of possibilities that we live within to bring in that answer, because nature abhors a vacuum.
Yeah, totally.
Yes, that's a great redirect. It accomplishes a lot all at once with those four aspects. So I have to work hard for my money. Let me just see how we're doing on time. Okay.
Work hard for my money. I have to work hard to make big impact. If I'm going to reach millions of people, I have to work millions of hours, or these kind of concepts. Yeah.
To have a lot of money or to be wealthy, I have to work hard. Or to be abundant, I have to work hard. To be financially well off, I have to work hard. I almost hear I have to work hard. End of,
That's a good insight. Yeah, the idea that then it reminds me of my parents. Like my mom
Indeed.
worked like crazy. She worked on night and day for many years, and then she totally burned out. So that puts a picture in your mind that it leads to you're just like alcohol, like an alcoholic, a workaholic. Like you're just working with. My dad wasn't as much, but he still had that strong kind of work ethic, energy in him too. So German, energy and all that.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah.
I'm a German masterminder. There's some heaviness in that culture, that upbringing and entrainment. A lot of them, their shoulders are hunched and up to their ears.
Right. Don't be a slacker. Get to work.
Cha. So the back's all scrunched up.
Like when I was a kid, I was more happy-go-lucky. I was more like work, forget it. Let's just relax. But then I took the bait at some point. I'm like, eventually, as I became an adult, mostly, not earlier in my life. And I was like, oh, well, okay, now I'll work everybody. I'll work night and day. I'd be sleeping at my graduate classes. I would go to fall asleep every day with my book in my hands. I was like, no, I'll do it. I just went to the whole other extreme. And man, did I crash, fast. And so, yeah, but when you ask, like, we all got something, right? So I'm like, okay, that's one for me. I teach all about let it be easy because that's part of what I continue to want to embody. I've had, in a great business with very little hours and what I've already experienced that. But the idea of next level wealth, there could be ideas like, oh, well, theoretically, yeah, of course, I know it can be easy. Oh my God, I might have to work really hard. Those ideas come up.
Reaching the next level of wealth requires a lot of hard work.
Yeah. I've seen too many examples in my industry, so to speak, of people that's what I see a lot of. There's other examples, but like that like comes up in my face, like when I see those examples. Like I'm like, oh my God, look at them. They're working like nonstop.
I have to work really hard and nonstop in order to achieve a higher level of wealth.
That's the concern. Like, oh, don't take that bait. Oh my God, what if that's true? What if, maybe I need to do that in order to prove that I'm a good person, that I'm good enough somehow, that I put enough in, that I cared enough, that I'm not just for the money, that I gave such service, so much service.
My first book, What If There's Nothing Wrong? I wrote my last year in Asia it's part of my dissertation for my PhD before I came back. And in it, I'm talking about what I sense from living just so removed from our country for so long as an expat. Like, yeah, we had productivity have to happen in order as a colony that wanted to separate from the mama, the crown. We had to learn textile production from the Native Americans. We had to learn to be productive. So that's in our roots in America. But beyond that, I feel like it got out of balance somewhere where it's like, if I'm productive, I'm proving my worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's an overemphasis. If I am productive, I'm proving my worth really just hit you. You want to do that one?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I know I could barely even be aware of someone and send them a blessing and they could change their life. I know that too, but it's like, there's still that other wiring in there.
Wait, what's that one you're talking about? The other wiring as opposed to...
I could just in a nanosecond, I could be aware of something about you and it'll change your life.
As opposed to being hard and long and involved.
Yeah, I could say, okay, could you, all I ask is $1,000, contribution for what I just did. It could have taken me less than a second. So I realized the value of that. But then I think part of me at some point is like, but how far are we going to go with this? And then I might feel guilty. Like, wait a minute, are you really even doing anything? Why? All these questions come in.
So that was doubt. I'm not going to touch that one because I feel like you can manage that. I'm going to go back to something
Okay.
that like I could get your back with that might be harder for you to unpack and clear.
Right. Perfect.
It's something about the productivity. It's something about the hard work.
Right. Yeah.
In order to get what I want, I have to be productive and work hard in order to get what I want. I have to work hard and be productive. Do you feel like it's I have to work hard and be productive, or it's in order to get some? I feel like it's in order to get something. Your programming has been.
My first thought is in order to, have the impact I want in the world, I'm going to have to work lots of hours. That's what I'm tuned into right now as we're in this conversation.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys sit back when you're listening to this, and as you know, time and space doesn't matter. This is just as potent listening to the recording as done live on Daniel today here now. And in fact, you're listening to this on the day of a full moon. So any healing work we do 3 days before a full moon or on the day of or 3 days after, it's even more magnified. So the day this releases is a full moon. So woo, more power there. So please don't be driving. Please don't be, it'd be better for you not to be multitasking right now. Please don't be having to care for an elder, a parent, or a young child, because you may get spacey. You may get itchy. You may yawn. You may feel tingles. You may get goosebumps. You may feel heat. You may have like a sudden pain somewhere in your body, typically the joints or the back. But it's what that is it's the energy moving some of those sensations, and some of the other ones is the energy becoming unblocked. And if you don't feel anything at all, totally fine too, no worries. It's still working. So if you all do what I'm doing right now, inhale and exhale, it will allow us to shift a little bit into more receptive mode. Some of you could even sit there with your palms up in the air, so you're even more receptive, so the energy is able to get in more and do more on your behalf. So what would it take for you to allow yourself to reach the next level of impact, of wealth, free of having to work hard and be productive? Anything and everything that doesn't allow for that, are you willing to burn up with the flames of transmutation?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all might want to do what you just saw him do. That invites the energy in even more. Okay. So we're going to go into I'm going to go right at the karma, any and all karma as appropriate, including but not limited to financial karma. Burning any and all of that up that is in any way locking you into or has created or is perpetuating having to be productive, having to work hard in order to reach the next level of positive impact on more people and more wealth. All of the free-floating thoughts and traumas, burning all of those up. Good, Daniel, good receiving. All of the imprints from your parents and parents' parents and lineage. All of the conditioning from any source whatsoever. Having to be productive and work hard to reach more people, to get to the next level of positive impact, to get to the next level of wealth. Burning it all up, all the creation points, all the causes for perpetuating this or locking this into place, including but not limited to all the contracts, oaths, vows you've ever taken or made across all lifetimes and timelines, including but not limited to vows of poverty, vows of austerity, all computations, beliefs, expectations, judgments, projections at all levels of consciousness that have in any way inserted and created and locked in place or perpetuating. I have to work hard and be productive in order to have a bigger impact, a bigger positive impact on more people. And I have to work hard and be productive in order to reach the next level of wealth. Burning it all up now with the flames of transmutation. Daniel, I see this going right to the brainstem for you.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It's exactly where my attention was the minute you said it.
Brilliant. That's reptilian brain. That's really old wiring. Also the top of the adrenal cortex. Really good. Good, your heart's lightening. You might want to inhale and exhale. Let more in. I'm also seeing a perception of at one point, like having a lot of indoctrination from a more forceful, authoritative figure that's ended up as conditioning, almost like yelling in your ear, you have to work hard in order to get anywhere. Strong discipline, or not so much as discipline, but just strong, authoritative, like shaking the finger, wagging it at you. I perceive it in this lifetime, but I'm not sure if it's actually a grandfather conditioning a parent of yours. Do you know?
No, it doesn't. I mean, not that I'm aware of. It feels more past life to me, but.
Okay. Yeah, it felt like that too, but I don't like to defer to past life. I tend to question that.
Okay.
I go there just as frequently as you do, but I'm guessing, but I hesitate before going there automatically, but yes. It also has that ancient, like there's an echo to it that shows up with past life stuff. So there was a strong reaction when I did the contracts and vows part of past life, where you were like on a building site, almost like a big old ancient cathedral. You were a worker, like a bricklayer, and you just were a hard ass laborer, and you didn't have a lot of wealth and status, and your body was strong, but you beat it down. That feels really resonant and familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, my own way. I don't know that exact scene, maybe not, but that energy sounds right.
Yeah, the energy is what to focus on. It might be my way of explaining it, the imagery, that might be wrong, but it's to communicate what you got. And so that might be why I went to your brainstem, to the adrenal cortex. Have you had adrenal burnout in this lifetime?
Not that I'm aware of. I've always had good energy overall in terms of having energy.
Good. I know that when I came back from Asia, I saw that like 80 to 85% of Americans seem to be in adrenal burnout. but it was comparative to what I had gotten used to working with too. So it feels like it's the brainstem aspect is some part of this productivity, push, push, push energetic that we're clearing out. And some of it may have gotten carried over in the cellular matrix from that past life. Your shoulders seem to be having a weight taken off of them. I see them dropping down. My eyes are closed. There's less tightness around your sacral, out to the hips, the pelvic floor, and the back. The energy's running through more. You feeling anything at your feet or knees?
Yeah, some, as you mentioned it, then I'm like, oh yeah, I feel energy there.
Do you feel any tingling at your toes or heat at your feet?
I won't call it heat, maybe some vibrating energy.
This is now going feeding your solar plexus. Good. Do you perceive the energy anywhere right now?
Well, where I feel the shift really happen is in that brainstem area and around my head.
Good.
That's like the big one that I noticed the shift as we went in. It started clenching and then it opened a lot.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. That jawline's more to the fifth chakra, so you'll have an easier time making choices and being intuitively guided choices that will create more ease rather than the requirement of all that productivity and hard work.
Yeah, the energy I get again is like, it's called Merlin energy. Like, just, yeah, well, you're going to focus on hard work and you're going to be distracted from your deeper gifts. So let it be easy, let it be fun, like I say.
Why do you call that the Merlin energy? I'm continuing to run this clearing, by the way.
I don't know. Just magical energy, magic, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, it's just so simple. It's so easy.
Okay, I'm going to activate the upgrade now. So any and all latent keys and codes and ancient wisdom or latent talents within you, and any and all blessings and support possible to bring this all into alignment with your highest possibilities and your highest potential to be realized. Activating the upgrade now. Okay. We are complete with that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The brainstem was important work that just got done.
Yeah, it's really, really powerful. It's powerful. Every clearing is powerful in its own unique way. This is really good, really good. It really had me feeling again like this feeling of letting it be so easy again. The other thing is to allow myself to be an avatar, an example of what's possible to others, rather than, because one of the things that as a kid, I remember when I'd be good at something, sometimes I would judge myself. I'd be like, wait a minute, why am I better than they are? And like, I shouldn't be better, like a fairness sort of thing. Like, I didn't want to,
Sweet.
I didn't want them to feel bad that I was overtaking them at certain times when I was younger. So it's a feeling of like, no, just you're being an example, you're just being an example, and just be that wondrous example, and to relax with that one. So it's all part of what's coming through. So thank you. That was really great.
You deserve it.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And just so everybody knows, just to reiterate this, like this clearing is for everyone, of course. So, just know that you're listed in, I'm sure. Because I know when I work with people and there's a crowd, I know everybody's getting the clearing at the same time. So this is really awesome. I could really, because I'm attuned enough to know what's going on with people's work. So you really know what you're doing with working with the energy. I can really attest to that. So I really want to highly recommend that people check out your work, and I'm sure they felt that through the process too. So thank you for your gift today.
Thank you.
From there, we are actually getting towards the end of the show. So, but this is huge to spend this time. Let's get this huge gift. You have the book. We didn't really get into specifically what the book is about, but you want to share more about how people can get more of you, including around the book?
Yes. Dragon Master Creatrix, Conversations with a Female Spiritual Teacher for These New Times is on Amazon. And then you can go to the bonus page, dragonmastercreatrix.com. And there's some really great bonuses where I'm doing energy projection and transmissions from a stone circle based around harvest and abundance in Ireland, and 2 other videos from other sacred sites or megaliths. And then a whole month of Activate Your Magic where you can get more of this. That's all at vibrationalupgrade.com. Activate Your Magic is the beginner level to work with me if you only want to get your toes wet, but still do some advanced work.
Yeah, so those are all free gifts. We'll put, once you buy the book, all those initial things you shared there. So we'll put all the links in here to do, to just get all these great free gifts you just mentioned briefly. And yeah, so definitely check out the book, and I'm sure you guys can find plenty about Dr. Allison at her website too, which is, again, can you share that again?
Vibrationalupgrade.com.
Vibrationalupgrade.com. Okay, great.
So,
great.
Hey, Daniel, I'm noticing your energy and I'm loving it. So what would it take for you to walk through and me to walk through the rest of our work lives with this sense of relaxation and ease?
Well, what I could anchor that came up before is I was like, because this idea has kept coming to me again and again consistently. I was like, what if I just treated every single day like it's a retreat day? In other words, like I might be facilitating a retreat, but like I'm in the retreat energy. And so that's what I want to embrace. That's my intention, is to embrace every single day as a retreat day and get past my false beliefs that that's not possible. You're not going to possibly do all the things you want to do by being a retreat. So I want to overcome that by simply just saying, no, I don't believe that anymore, and without needing any evidence, any proof, or any more concepts, just no, that's not true. I'm going to trust that every day can be a retreat day, and I'm going to go ahead because I've experienced it before. I haven't allowed myself to trust letting more in from that space. So
yeah, that's what I see with you. If you wouldn't mind me saying, do you mind me giving you an impression intuitively I'm getting? I don't have to.
Real quick, then we want to wrap it up, but yeah, go ahead real quick.
Just that I see you expanding to the next level, and you're kind of pushing your old boundaries. And I'm not seeing this in anything other than intuitively from your energy, like you're pushing against your boundaries right now to get out of an old way of being you.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. So yeah, very good. Can I
Hallelujah.
Now, what I do on the show, I don't know if they let you know when you signed up for this whole thing, I do take a minute or two to tune in to you. Are you open to receiving?
Yes.
Okay, all right, let's do that real quick just before we wrap up. Okay, let me just see if I have a couple, 2-3 messages for you today.
And no, they did not tell me about the special gift.
Okay, let's see. They're showing me your third eye, energy. So they want to the energy or whatever wants to tell you that you have so much more energy wanting to come through that chakra. That's just like whoa, like it's just like this huge energy wanting to come through there. And let me see if they got some more insights on that to share. Yeah, there's a level that you can see and perceive and know things even beyond what you've allowed so far, as they're telling me. And that's what I was picking up while you were tuning into me too. Like, you're strong, but it could be so much stronger even yet. So they just want to share that with you. Okay. Let me see what else I'm getting. I mean, so strong. I'll even add this. Like, you could like have that experience. Like, I know what's going on with every being on the planet. Like, it's that strong, like beyond belief, like a beyond belief feeling.
Yeah.
Let's see. Like putting like the crown, like you're like a princess or whatever, something like that, and like just the energy of like play and like being that playful, innocent child, and that it's safe, that you're whole, that you're well, that you deserve it. I hear that you deserve it. Because I'm getting something around that. Like the old stuff would have been, I'm sure you worked through a lot, but like just this, I'm not worthy. You're not up to speed, kid. Is what I'm hearing as the messages. So it's like, yeah, no, I mean, because that's part of what drove a lot of what you did. Like that was the beauty of it. Like it drove you to learn so much. But like there was this message I'm hearing you got about, yeah, you're not up to speed, kid. You're not quite there, whatever. And like you totally blown that out of the water. Now it's time to relax and play and just let everything be easier.
Yeah.
For you. Yes.
So let's just do a little fist bump on that, brother. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's it. I mean, I'll just share those couple of things. We could always talk again sometime, but
Thank you, my dear. That was fun. What a gift I got.
Yes.
Thank you.
And everybody, for me, if you want to check me out, go to yoursacredpurpose.com. There's energy scan consultation opportunity there. You can check that out. And also get the Meditate and Make Money meditation, because people are making more money and getting more connected and awakening through the Meditate and Make Money meditation.
Woo!
Take advantage of that free gift at yoursacredpurpose.com. And Dr. Allison, we wrap everything up by giving you the last words. So what are the last things you'd like to share for today?
Just, I'm seeing relax, enjoy, have fun.
Yeah. And enjoy more money too.
Okay.
Specifically for this show, right? Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay, and so it is. All right. Well, thank you so much. It's been such a delight. I'm just so
Here,
grateful
Daniel.
for this, Dr. Allison, and
Thank
thank
you.
you for this, so amazing. And everybody, again, check everything out with Dr. Allison, and keep on tuning in here, and we'll keep on rocking it here at Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Till next time. Woohoo.
Namaste.
Namaste.
You're listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.